Alrighty, everybody. Hello, hello, and welcome. How's everyone today? What's up? Today is Saturday, the 9th of March, 2018. I am Darkside Phil, and I welcome you to my first of two gameplay streams. Today will once again be another full streaming day for you, and it should be a good one. Hopefully, we shall see. But, some good stuff coming today. First of all, we will be continuing on with Devil May Cry 5 here on the first stream. And I would like to be very honest about this game. After playing it for about 4 hours yesterday, I have mixed feelings about it, okay? Allow me to tell you what I think is good about the game. The graphics. The graphical style is great. Best graphics ever in a DMC, obviously. Really stylized, really polished. In that regard, haven't seen a single issue in regards to the graphics. They look really sweet, okay? The music, even though some people don't like some of the songs that play during the combat, I actually am digging it so far, and I think that the music and the atmosphere of the game is really good, okay? And I would say to some extent the story, even though I really don't know what's going on, I am following it, and I'm interested to see, you know, who is this mysterious V character. Who is this demon king that ripped Nero's arm right off? You know, what happened to Dante, etc. All this is kind of interesting to me, okay? And to some extent, the variety of combat, and what I mean by that is the fact that you're not just playing one character for the whole game. You start off as Nero for the first couple of hours, but then you switch over to V, and you get to play a completely different play style of combat, because he controls these minions rather than it just being these free-flowing combos, and it ends up being more interesting, in my opinion, having the extra character, okay? Now, will there be more of that? Will there be more characters you get to play as? Will you get to play as Dante? Will you get to play as Trish? Maybe, I don't know. I guess we'll see as the game progresses here. Will there be even more variety in the gameplay or not, okay? So those are my positives. Now, I'm going to be honest, and I know some of you are going to disagree with me, and that's okay. The negatives, all right? Number one, they didn't really innovate too much. And what I mean by that is, at its core, what the game is pretty much exactly the same as every other Devil May Cry, okay? It's just combat. You beat the crap out of everything, and you find orbs, whether it's from combat or hidden areas, etc. You use those orbs to upgrade your abilities, and then you go back to combat. And your goal is to not only survive, but to use a variety of abilities, including your hack-and-slash combos, launchers, grounding moves, juggle moves, your grapple, your new abilities, which are all based around your arm, right? Your different arm types with Nero, as well as your guns, to build up a variety in your combo meter and get the highest ranking possible in a combo, to get the highest amount of skill points in a combo, while surviving, right? And that's cool, especially for those who have been huge fans of the Devil May Cry franchise so far. It seems like with the arms, the fact that there are a lot of different arms that all have different abilities, that it is pretty varied in that regard. But for someone as an, I don't want to say as an outsider, because I have played the other Devil May Cry games before, all right? But as someone coming into this game as not a hardcore fan of Devil May Cry, even though I've played the ones in the past and I like them, I was honestly looking for something a little more. And to be quite frank with you, I think what really made me feel this way was last year's God of War. You know, God of War took a formula from a previous, you know, games in the franchise and expanded upon it so dramatically. You know, adding open world roaming and exploration, almost RPG-esque elements to the game, while still retaining really great, robust combat that was always a major part of the franchise to begin with. So basically, it was like God of War on steroids when you played that game last year. If you had played the previous God of War games, it was like a giant step up, okay? So now, you know, I go to Devil May Cry 5, and I'm like, wow, this is Capcom's opportunity to maybe bring their franchise into the modern era. How will they do it? And the answer really is they didn't. it's pretty much the same as the other Devil May Cry game. I would say very similar to Devil May Cry 4. Obviously, some of the older Devil May Cry games that had fixed camera angles and stuff, no, it's not like that. But yeah, definitely, it feels like an older school style game. It doesn't feel like they tried to bring this one into the modern era too much. And for some people, that's okay. You know, for some people, they'll be fine with that. If you, like I said, if you're a hardcore fan of Devil May Cry, you'll probably love this game, you know, and be like, wow, this is the best one yet, the best graphics, and now you got multiple characters to mess with and all of that. And I get that. But at the same time, for someone like me who maybe is looking for a little bit more, you know, I'm only 4 hours in, and the game's around 10 to 15 hours, depending on how good you are at it. I guess we'll see. You know, after today, after being 8 hours in and almost done with the game, how I feel. But that's just kind of my feelings right now. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. I'm fighting the first boss. And the first boss is a tank. Okay? Fine. You know, that's what you expect from this kind of game. So what do? Well, all you can do is wail on him with a variety of attacks and then dodge every once in a while. Like, that's it. That's the first boss. And just doing those basic things, I died. And I'm like, well, it would have been nice if there was something new or a different game mechanic or something going on to make this feel, you know, more than just trial and error. Because in essence, that's just what it becomes. You come across a new boss, you come across a new enemy type, right? Okay, what do I do against this enemy type? You learn, and then you adapt, and then you win. And that's really the whole game. Like I said, with God of War, I think we really did get spoiled last year because they added so many new elements to that game franchise in that version of the game that now playing other new games, if it just feels like the same old game from the past and, you know, there's not much to it, then it would be like, meh. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling. Like, I think, like, last year we were so blown away that now I'm playing more new release games, and they're not living up to my expectations because my expectations were raised so high by God of War. Yeah. And so, you know, that's just me. And you could completely disagree. If you're a fan of Devil May Cry, and you've been looking for this for years, and you got it, and you're super happy now, you know, good for you. That's great for you. But at least for me, at this point, you know, as a gamer, I think I'm looking for more than just run around a map and, you know, do the same combos, and then every once in a while variate because I unlocked a new move, and survive, you know, just do basic dodging and surviving. You know, it's kind of basic, and I'll be honest, last year's Darksiders 3 was a disappointment for me because the combat sucked, but it had a really good open world element of wandering around, solving puzzles, and opening up secret areas, and I liked that a lot. And so far in Devil May Cry 5, I would say, yes, there is that element, but it's nowhere near as good as other games. Like, it's not as good as God of War, it's not even as good as Darksiders 3 was in that regard. It's just like, oh, slightly off camera, there's some red blood gems you gotta break over here, right? Oh, during combat, there's a wall that looks like it's destructible. Hit it once and go get that item. And that's, you know, that's okay. But I wish there was more of that to take the emphasis off of just the combat. Because I feel like the game really is 100% about the combat and that's it. And so if you're not totally immersed in the free-flowing combat engine of the game, you're not going to like it as much. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion so far. This is my early opinion. Keep in mind, my opinion can change. I'm only 4 hours into this game. All right. So that's why yesterday I was kind of getting a little bit bored with the game. You know, I played it for about 2 hours, and at that point I was still playing with Nero. I hadn't switched over to V yet. And I was kind of starting to get bored with it. But then when the game did switch over to V, I actually started liking the game a lot more. I was like, wow, now there's more variety because now you'll be able to switch between the two characters, right? And that way you're not just locked into the same thing for the whole game. And I do like that they did that. I think maybe they even realized, man, if you just played Nero the whole game, this game would be outdated. Let's do some modernized stuff. Let's have different characters and stuff in here. Okay? So there you go. Hopefully, you know, the game will continue to entertain me. Like I said, the second half of yesterday's stream, I ended up liking it a lot more. Okay, I did. I ended up liking the game a lot more on the second half. And it's hilarious because we just had a fanboy in the chat who's going absolutely fucking nuts that I'm criticizing the game. How dare Phil criticize this amazing game? This guy's a clown. It's like, get the fuck out of here. So literally, you know, just because I don't necessarily, I'm not in love with the game that you're in love with, I guess that means that my opinions are null and void. And even though I am trying to rationally express myself, you know, just because you don't agree with me, that means that, you know, that everything is written off, right? I mean, come on. Grow the fuck up. Seriously. Grow up. I mean, that's just how stupid you can be and how ignorant you can be. I am trying to be fair to the game, you know. I could have easily said, oh, well, I wasn't super impressed in the first 4 hours, so I'm dropping the game. Like some streamers do. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep going. I know the game's not that long anyway, so I'm going to keep going. We're going to see, you know, today, again, another 4 hours. What will we uncover? Will the game get better? Will there be even more abilities that make the game more fun? You know, what's going to happen, right? We'll find out. And that's one of the awesome things about me being a live streamer of the kind that I am, is that I don't limit myself to a certain genre or a certain kind of game that I particularly like or is my forte. And I try all these different things, and I can give you varied opinions on these things based off of all my experience. You know what I mean? What I can tell you is, at least for the first 4 hours of God of War versus the first 4 hours of Devil May Cry, God of War was way better. It had refined combat, which is great, just like Devil May Cry, but it had these cool RPG elements and a great story and everything going for it, while Devil May Cry is pretty much just combat. Okay? That's a direct comparison that I can make and say, there you go. And if you don't agree with that, that's fine. But don't come into the chat and act like a little spoiled brat. Oh, you don't like the things that I like, but you're a clown. No, you're just a moron. Why are you even here? You know that's the, that's the kind of streamer I am. Why are you even here, right? Okay, so let's see what happens with the rest of the game. 4 more hours of Devil May Cry 5 here today on the stream. Well, like I said, will there be more variety? Will there be more characters to play as? Or will there be something in the story that throws us for a loop? You know, I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's coming. And I'm excited to see what is coming. So I hope that you're open-minded like me and you're interested to see what happens. Okay? All right, let's find out. Okay. So, that is the first stream. Later tonight, I'll be going back to Minecraft. Now, I'll be very honest with all of you, all right? At this point in Minecraft, I'm not really sure what else I should be doing. You know, last session when I played it, I did a lot of random stuff, including trying to get a villager to my house, and I almost did it. Almost. I was very close to obtaining this goal, but then at the very last minute, the villager died, and it was very frustrating. I don't know if I want to go through that again today. I'm just saying, like, that was a lot of stress. It wasn't very chill. It was more, you know, stressing me out. And when I play Minecraft, I like to more relax than do anything super stressful. I would definitely like to figure out redstone. And I know that Mr. Papavera, who's the person who's been helping me with Minecraft all along, said he was at one point going to work on a guide, but I don't know if he ever completed it. And I think he actually tweeted me yesterday and said that he hasn't had much time to work on anything this week. He's going to try to get something together for the stream. But I guess, you know, you know, we'll see tonight what happens. If it's just me hanging out and just talking with you guys while I run around and do a few busy work things, I'm okay with that. You know, I guess we'll see what happens. I would like to learn redstone, but I don't know if it's going to happen tonight. What I definitely want to do is I want to prepare eventually to either go underwater or go to the nether and get the items that I haven't had yet so that I can progress with my game. But the problem is, it seems like I'm never ready. Seriously, it seems like, oh, okay, well, you know, you still have to raise your experience level higher so you can enchant more armor so you'll have the equipment you need when you go to the nether. And it's like, Well, every time I try to raise my levels, I end up dying and I lose the levels, you know? So I haven't had a definitive answer on what exactly I should be doing. And I guess we'll see as, you know, tonight's stream. And I'll be very honest with all of you. If we're getting to a point in Minecraft where people are feeling the game's getting boring and maybe it's run its course, you know, I'd be okay with doing other stuff, whether that means, gee, let's see if we can join other people's random servers. I don't know if you can even do that in the console version of Minecraft, by the way. You know, or, you know, something else. I don't know. I would be okay with that, but it's going to be basically based on what you guys say and do and what you want to see tonight, okay? So tonight's stream is kind of in your hands. Let's see what happens. And hopefully we have a fun interactive time later tonight. That's around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, big announcement. Tomorrow is the start of daylight saving time in the United States. That is tomorrow, Sunday, March 10th. What that means for us in the United States is that all of our clocks are going to move forward an hour overnight. We're going to lose an hour overnight. As stupid as that sounds, we lose an hour overnight. So, starting tomorrow, all of my streams will start an hour earlier. I'm going to repeat myself. Starting tomorrow on Sunday, all of my streams will start an hour earlier. All right? What is the purpose of daylight saving? Who fucking knows at this point? I hate it because it screws everything up for me. It makes it so that for like a week or two, people don't know what time I'm streaming and everything gets screwed up. Plus, I lose an hour of sleep overnight tonight, which sucks. Like, why? It doesn't make any sense. It's really stupid. But we still do it here in the United States for whatever reason. I don't know why. I completely dislike it. So, it's really stupid. And tomorrow, you know, I'll be starting at, for all intents and purposes, an hour earlier. All right? And that's going to be until it ends, which I believe it doesn't end till the fall. So, yeah, every day it'll be an hour earlier now with the streams. Okay? And, of course, that means the streams will end an hour earlier as well. So, I know what's going to happen. Tomorrow I'll start earlier. No one will be here in the morning. No one will know that it changed. And then I'll end, and people will be like, why is Phil ending early? Which I'm not. Okay? Okay. Now, tomorrow's main stream will be the return of Apex Legends. All right? Co-op. So it'll be me, Brian, and Kekken doing our best to get another win if we can. Hopefully we can get another victory because we've had 2 so far. And now we'd like to make the big trifecta. All right? That'll be a fun stream. It always is every Sunday. Then tomorrow night, I'm leaving it open. I'm debating what to do. I'm thinking either I could do Street Fighter 3 Third Strike or I could play another session of Modern Warfare Remastered. So either or I'd be okay with. I don't know realistically which one will be better or be more entertaining or make more sense at this point. So we'll see. I'll play it by ear. Okay, it was actually a week ago on Sunday night when I played Third Strike last, so maybe Third Strike makes more sense. All right, I guess we'll see. Then on Monday I'm off. No streaming on Monday. It's my day off for the week. On Tuesday I'll be back with the conclusion of Devil May Cry 5 on my main stream. And Tuesday night I'll be doing Subnautica. Then on Wednesday, it's a big marathon event, the first marathon event of the month. There's going to be multiple, but this is going to be the retrospective event where we together go back and look at my 10-year history as a content creator for the internet. All right. We're going to be watching vlogs, both, you know, vlogs that I filmed at home, like cooking and stuff, travel vlogs, that kind of stuff. Also, we're going to be watching gameplay this time, and we're going to be reacting to it. I'm going to be giving you behind-the-scenes commentary on all of that stuff, like I always do when we do these retrospective events. It should be a great time, and it'll be a good opportunity for those who maybe have been waiting to come by and support and help me out with this ongoing issue with my taxes to come by and be supportive. So that'll be this coming Wednesday, all day long, all right? Then on Thursday, I think I'm going to do a major stream of Apex Legends practice. And what I mean by that is I'm actually going to play the game outside of my usual Sunday weekly sessions and play with other people in an attempt to get better at the game, to learn more about the classes, all right, and to do better just in general, all right? Because the bottom line is, playing it only once a week, it's very hard to get better at the game. Only one couple hours, 3-4 hours a week. I'm not even learning enough about the classes or whatever to really utilize stuff. So I need the practice session. So that'll be my practice session. Will be Thursday, okay? Then on Thursday night, I'm probably going to do my weekly session of Black Ops 4 Blackout gameplay. And then on Friday, it's the premiere of One Piece World Seeker. All right, that should be fun. And that's kind of the rough layout for the whole week, guys. I hope you like what I've got in store for you. Okay, good variety of stuff. New releases paired with ongoing playthroughs and the like, so it should be good. And I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. Okay? Alrighty. Okay. So that is it. That's the schedule. Hope that was informative enough for all of you. Okay? Let's very briefly hit a plugs segment here. Okay? And then let us go to some shout-outs for those who have contributed. And then we'll get started with Devil May Cry 5. How does all that sound? Sound good? All right, fair enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everything. If you enjoy my daily live streams, if you enjoy my on-demand videos on DSPGaming on YouTube, if you love everything I've done in 10 years, over 10 years, as a content creator, and you want to see it continue, there are many ways that you can be supportive of myself and my efforts to keep doing this for a living, all right? In general, there are 3 ways that you can help the most this month, because I have an impending tax payment coming up in April, mid-April, and I don't know what it is yet. I'm still waiting on word from my accountant. In fact, if I don't hear back from them early next week, I'll probably try to contact them again and say, do you have an ETA or a status update? Because I'd really like to know sooner rather than later how much I'm going to owe for these taxes, okay? So anyway, with this looming, all right, I need to raise as many funds in a short amount of time as humanly possible in order to pay off as much as I can. More than likely, I'm not going to raise enough to pay it all off, but the less I owe, the better, all right? So that being said, with all things considered, there are 3 ways that you can be supportive this month that are going to help me out more than anything else, all right? The first would be to pledge to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidefil, all right? Please give it a look. You earn personal perks as a thank you for your pledges to my Patreon, all right? Pretty good stuff, and I certainly hope that you will consider pledging. I also have a Teespring store where you can buy fun merchandise, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, high-quality stuff. I can personally attest to the quality because I own a bunch of it myself, all right? Or, since you are on a live stream if you're watching this, okay? If you're watching this on live stream, or, you know what, I can even say this, if you're watching this on demand on YouTube, you could also do this, tipping me, all right? Tipping me via the link that I put out on streams and in the description of all my YouTube videos is actually the very best way that you can contribute right now, because those funds become readily available immediately and will allow me to pay those towards the taxes next month. So please consider tipping me. If at all you can, that is the best way to support. There's 2 ways you can tip me. Below the stream, there's a button that says Tips Jar, all right? And also, there is a command. So if you don't see the Tips Jar button, you can type !tip into the stream chat. That will bring up the link in the stream chat, okay, that you can click on to go to my PayPal tips page. You can either leave your name in a message when you tip me, or you can be anonymous, all right? Either one. It's up to you. Now, someone just asked in the stream chat, and I apologize because their name scrolled up, but I read the message. Is it really anonymous? Will I see information and the like? No. If you do anonymous, it's anonymous. Like, I won't know who actually gave me that tip at all, you know? So if you're an anonymous tipper, you're an anonymous tipper. I don't have any information. There's no way that you can get doxxed or whatever, because some people have expressed concern. Oh, what if I tip Phil? I'm trying to be supportive to Phil, but will people get my information and harass me? Not if you do an anonymous tip. There's no way that anyone could get your information, okay? Just saying. Because people have been looking for anonymous ways to contribute because they're afraid of being attacked by trolls and stuff. Just do it anonymously and you're fine, okay? No golden cults. I don't see that. He's saying, If someone tips anonymously, do I see payment information like the name of the person who paid? No. No, in fact, I think, if I'm correct, and I don't know because I don't double check this stuff, the only thing I ever see is if there's an issue with the payment, then I get information, like I'll get the email address that was registered to that PayPal account. So for example, let's say someone tips me $1 and then they try to dispute that dollar and say that, Phil didn't mail the product. You know, they're trying to scam PayPal to get their money back. I think then I get the email address that person used to register their PayPal account. I think I see that. And that's it. I don't get a name. I don't get an address. I don't get to see what method that person paid. None of it. It's all anonymous. So none of that is exposed at all. Okay? So there you go. That's it. Oh, Golden Gold says, not anonymously, a normal tip. With a normal tip, all I see, again, I think with a normal tip that's not anonymous, all I ever see is an email address. That's it. So I'll see the email address that, you know, that you, I guess you registered with or whatever. And that's it. But by the way, that's only visible to me. That's not visible to anyone else. Whatever you're, when you're tipping, only what you choose to be public becomes public. If you want to give your name and a message, you can. If you say anonymous, you could just have it blank and no one ever sees anything ever. Okay? Yeah, I don't know. Like, people are, I'll just fill out all my full information. No, I don't have anything. I don't even know your name. Nothing. It's all done, you know, it's all behind the scenes stuff. So, you know, as long as you're not putting your full name and address in your email. Oh, well, my name is Phil Burnell, you know, 15753 Mockingbird Lane, blah, 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 at gmail.com. As long as that's not your email address, none of that ever becomes public, okay? So no worries there. Okay. All right. So anyway, just sorry, I was answering some questions for the stream chat there about tipping. All right. So that's the best way to help right now. Now, there are other methods. For example, you could cheer and sub, and I appreciate that. Anyone who does cheer with bits or subscribes to the channel, those things also help. But those are more long-term. Those are things that will help me down the road. They're not going to necessarily help me with the short-term tax issue, okay? So still appreciate those. Not looking a gift horse in the mouth. And yes, if you either cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I am going to give you a verbal shout-out regardless of what method it is. Okay? You know, but please consider contributing if at all you can. In any way, it helps, all right? Now, as you guys can also see at the top of the screen, we've got a Stream Stats leaderboard that I will be updating periodically. All right, this has the top tipper, top cheerer, as well as a running tally of all the tips for a certain stream, and subs, which I'll check every once in a while. We'll see if there's a lot of subs. We'll see if there's a sub update or whatever. In particular, we're actually pretty high on subs right now. 525 subs is pretty damn good, especially because there's no sub goal this month. But you guys are being very supportive, so thank you guys very much for that. I appreciate that very much. I do. So thanks very much. And again, if you want extra recognition, you can try to make it up there on that leaderboard. Fair enough? All right. So, let us now begin. Let us now begin, everybody. Are you ready? All right. Let's do some shout-outs for those who have contributed. The shout-outs. Okay. So, we actually start off overnight with some people who were supportive when I was not even broadcasting. Again, thank you to those who contribute when I'm not even live. That's pretty awesome. So we start off with Genetic Gamer. He says, I've been watching some of your older Ask the King podcasts, and you talk about how copyright strikes destroyed your YouTube following. What one event would you say destroyed your YouTube following? That would be it. It was 2015, and my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, was still a huge gaming channel on YouTube. Every time I played a game, all right, my videos, my gameplay ended up going into the rankings, the high up rankings for people doing gameplay. I was probably within the first 2 to 3 pages, no matter what game I played on YouTube when you searched for that game. I would get a big influx of views based off of that on DSP Gaming. And then what happened was, that was the year when basically a bunch of people maliciously intended to hurt me, all right? They started posting fan art on my forums saying, yes, you can use this on your streams. Like, that's outright what they were doing. They were giving outright permission to use this on my streams. So I did. And then in late summer of 2015, they started copyright claiming all of the fan art, saying, oh, look, I posted that up on DeviantArt before Phil ever used it, and I never gave him permission to use it. Now, the thing is, it was all automated. It wasn't like a human ever looked at any of this situation to figure out the truth of the matter. And back then, YouTube was so bad with copyright that they just said, oh, well, we just believe them no matter what. And they actually struck down DSPGaming with copyright strikes. And it's bullshit. How can you get copyright strikes for fan art that was given permission to use, right? And it wasn't just fan art. Also, there were intro videos. Remember, 2015 was the year when I had done the green screen stuff. And, yeah, I did the green screen stuff. And people used that to make videos and then gave them to me and said, Phil, use these on your streams. We love you. And then 2 months later, claimed all those streams on YouTube saying, oh, that was my video. Which makes no sense, because how could it be their video when it's me in the video? Like, they used my persona, my visage, I guess would be the best way to say it, in their own fan-made green screen video, and gave it to me permission to use it, and then claimed it afterwards. Which makes no sense. It's me in the fucking video. How can you claim against me for me? But again, YouTube systems were so bad back then that they would allow this. It was all automated. So I got a ton of strikes against DSPGaming. And at that point, I was still partnered with Machinima. And I had a meeting with the head of partnerships at Machinima, all right, and YouTube. We were all there together. And I said, you know, what should I do? And I was told directly by YouTube, take down any video, you know, that has this kind of fan art in it. Because these people may have already put in dozens, if not more, of these strikes against you. And they could already be in the pipeline. And there's no way that they can stop them because it's an automated process. So I had to go and delete, oh man, hundreds. It took me a whole day. Hundreds of videos. And millions of views were deleted from DSPGaming, the channel. And when that happened, basically when that happens, when you see someone delete a ton of videos and millions of views are erased, again, YouTube's algorithms, everything automated, says, oh, there's obviously something wrong with this channel, because there's no way that a legit channel with no kinds of funny business going on would have millions of views deleted and all these videos deleted overnight. So when this happens, it kicks you out of YouTube's rankings. And I actually confirmed this again about 2 months later with Machinima and YouTube, that DSPGaming, that had once been very prominent in YouTube's rankings for a gaming channel, was removed. And so now none of my videos were showing up in the high-ass rankings for gaming. You would have to specifically search for DSPGaming and a game to find my videos. So I went from being one of the most prominent gaming YouTubers associated with, you know, a new game comes out, my video would show up in the search, and you'd be able to find the stuff, and it would get lots of views because of that, to getting absolutely zero organic views. None from YouTube's search or related videos. None. And in fact, it actually got worse, because if you remember, people were making so many negative videos about me. Now the negative videos were in the search rankings, so people were seeing negative stuff before they ever saw my stuff, okay? And it sucks because, quite frankly, this situation ruined my YouTube following. Like, I, at that point, had been able to do YouTube solely for a living. And it was actually that year, 2015, when that was it. It fell through, and I had to start doing Patreon, and I had to seek other methods of income, because just the YouTube income wasn't enough anymore. And quite frankly, everyone, since then, it's just been a downward spiral, and there's nothing I can do about it. You know, there's absolutely nothing I can do to fix the situation. It was 100% the work of those fucking trolls that destroyed my YouTube career. I could have been able to keep doing YouTube full-time indefinitely if that hadn't happened. But that one act of copyright abuse and fraud, because it's a crime to do it, it's illegal, it's fraud, screwed everything up. And since then, I had to do everything, change everything, you know, rebrand the channel as a different kind of channel. It's just an archive channel now, refocus, and now I'm a streamer, you know. I had to make so many different changes as a result of that. And, you know, there was nothing I could have done about it. It was maliciously planned as an actual attack against me. The people who did it came out later and admitted this was all planned from the start. And they had always intended for this to happen to me. It's fucked up. Again, people I don't know, people I never did anything negative to. It's pretty fucked up, huh? But that's what people do. Just because, you know, they can, oh my God, this is so good. I had a negative impact on someone. Oh, wow. And it gives them a value, like a feeling of self-worth. Because in their real lives, they don't have any, you know? So, oh, wow, I actually hurt a YouTuber. Oh, wow, I'm such a special person. Because I did something impactful on someone, you know? It's fucked up. It is. It's just messed up. And, you know, for people like us, normal people, this is just like a heinous thing. You think about it, you're like, wow, that's really messed up. That this is someone who busted his ass for years and years to put out content for free and was making a living on it, and you took away his living, you know? For what? For nothing. Just because you could. Yeah, and that's my fucking reality. Seriously. That's my reality. It sucks. Alright, and Jake Likes Cats appropriately was timed out for being a negative dick. And if you don't like it, why are you on my fucking stream? No one wants to hear this. Well then, why are you on the stream? If you don't want to hear me talk about my past and talk about things that have happened to me, why are you here? Right? Again, maybe you should reevaluate why you watch certain people. What the fuck, man? Alright, anyway. Bulletproof cheer. He says, with daylight saving coming up, some states are trying to opt out and stay with a year-round daylight saving time. Do you think daylight saving should end, or should it stay as is? It should definitely end. It serves no practical purpose whatsoever. The only reason we do it is because we've always done it. And I'm sorry to say, humans have evolution and advancement. And when you find that there's no practical purpose to do something, you stop doing it. For some reason, we haven't stopped doing this. It's dumb as shit. It's just a hassle for everyone. It fucks up the time zones. It fucks up everyone's schedule. It fucks up everyone's sleeping schedule. There's no reason for it whatsoever. It's just stupidity for the sake of stupidity. And our lawmakers should end it. But they're so busy, you know, being inept at what they fucking do that they can't get basic shit done to take care of our citizens. So how the hell are they supposed to take care of something optional like this, right? So I'm not surprised we still do it with those fucking lame brains that we've got over in Washington. So, all right. Golden Colts did a 101-bit cheer overnight and said, have a good one. Thank you very much, Golden Colts, for the cheer. Okay. All right, now it is time to give shout-outs for those who contributed during today's live stream. So let's get started. We start off with John C. III, who subscribed for 6 months and said, greetings, Phil. I finally have my golden crown. That is correct. After 6 months, you earned the golden crown chat badge. So thank you very much, John C. III, for the support, and I hope that you enjoy your gold crown. Lord Coldfire has subscribed for 23 months and says, hey, Phil, thanks for all the laughs and rage and for 10 years of awesome content. Thank you very much, Lord Coldfire. Uzi Gohar did a 190-bit cheer. That's the top cheer so far today. And says, have you ever considered playing the Tony Hawk games? Well, it's funny because I played one. It just sadly was the worst fucking one possible. If you remember, it was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. And it was one of the worst games I've ever played. Completely uninspired. It was, I don't even want to talk about it. It was that much of a joke that they actually released this game and actually had the audacity to charge people what they charged people for it. It was one of the worst. I actually heard the old school Tony Hawk games were quite good. And, you know, we'll see. Moving forward, will they ever resurrect it? Probably not. I would think that the Tony Hawk franchise is officially dead after that last stinker of a game. However, maybe one day they'll re-release the good ones. And I would definitely consider, you know, playing the good ones if they ever re-release them. But would I ever go back and play, like, the old Tony Hawk games on, like, the classic consoles? I doubt it. Only reason I say that is probably you'd have to get the emulated versions on PSN. And those have lag. So imagine trying to do a game that's an intensive action-based game where you got to do tricks and stuff with lag. Probably not a good idea. But outside of that, you know, if they ever do re-release, I mean, they really re-release every fucking franchise, right? So if they re-release in HD or whatever, yeah, I'd consider playing it. Okay. Uzi Gohard also tipped me $5. So I think Uzi Gohard was really trying to get top rankings today on the pre-stream. So let's get him up there with the top tip of the day so far. Thank you very much. Good stuff. Okay, I Stand With Vic has subscribed for 15 months. Thank you very much, I Stand With Vic. I appreciate that. 2Bar King did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, 2Bar King. K Diaz did a 140-bit cheer and says, feel excited to be here. How's your day going so far? What would you say is one of your favorite video games that you could never get tired of playing? Well, first of all, so far so good today. You know, I haven't really done much today, but so far so good with everything, so thanks for asking. You know, the game franchise that probably I'd never get tired of playing is Street Fighter, because even if the modern Street Fighter sucks, I can always go back to the old ones and get some good retro fun in, as I've been doing recently with Third Strike and Super Turbo. Outside of that, you know, like classic FPS style action, you know, Modern Warfare and stuff like that. Even the modern Call of Duties, as little as I like them, I can still jump into them and get some enjoyment every once in a while. Get that kill streak, get that good, you know, run going, and you get that adrenaline boost. You get that surge of excitement again, right? You get that bug back, man. Oh, I love that feeling when you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills and you're running around and you're playing real well. You get that excitement back. So that's what I would say, but primarily I would say Street Fighter, classic Street Fighter. Okay. That Natural Herb has cheered. Thank you very much, Dat Natural Herb, for a 50-bit cheer. Jay Bowler cheered. He says, I won't be here today because I got an appointment. We'll catch up on YouTube later on. Have a good stream. Thank you very much, Jay Bowler. I wish you well, whatever your appointment is. And, yeah, remember, guys, every single stream is recorded and then archived and uploaded to my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, every single day. So if you ever miss out on a stream, you head over to DSPGaming and you can watch on demand. And, you know, thousands of people daily head over there and check out the videos. Good stuff. Okay, Dat Natural Herb also did another 100-bit cheer. So, thank you, everyone. Let's go ahead and let's do shout-outs for the top cheerers of the week, shall we? Let's go through the cheering list, and then we're going to get started. Okay, hold on. I'm disposing of a troll. There we go. Disposed of a stupid troll. All right. So, let's do some shout-outs, guys. Top 10 cheerers of the week. Reminder that you got today and tomorrow if you want to try to get on this leaderboard because it resets overnight on Sunday, all right? So, in 10th place this week, we've got Insomniatic Me. In 9th place, Uzi Gohard. In 8th place, Freddie Lamar Bosley. In 7th place, Infinite 55. In 6th place, Aircade USA. 5th place goes to Knows Nobody. 4th place goes to Xbox One is Garbage. 3rd place, Baja Blast 79. 2nd place, Bagel Goose. And firmly in 1st place for this week, Super Blind Man. So congratulations to those who are the top cheerers of the week. Much appreciated. All right, I guess what we're going to do is end the pre-stream, guys. Just a final reminder, the best way to support me today would be to tip me. So please consider tipping me. There's a link, there's a button below the stream that takes you to a link if you click on it. Or you can type !tip into the stream chat. So either or. Okay? Thank you guys very much for everything. And I think we're going to get started here with Devil May Cry 5. How does that sound? Sound good? All right. Thank you, everybody.